Welcome back to another episode of Life with Collins, where there is family, faith, and purpose. So today I'm just going to share what I call it a faith moment with all of you. So as you know, I got accepted into California Baptist University, and I received my acceptance letter with the award that I was granted to apply for the college. And once I received my award, I knew that I was going to have to come out of my pocket quite a bit. So what I started to do is make some changes financially. And once I started to make those changes financially, I'm pretty sure at the time that I had put myself in a better place to be able to pay for my first installment. After that, I started to think like, not as ready as I thought. I wasn't. So what happened is maybe about mid-April, into April, right before the pandemic hit, I started to make some financial changes. I put myself on a budget. I downloaded a budget planner from one of my mama entrepreneurs, Jessica Williams. And by the way, she's great. If you don't know her, get to know her. She's phenomenal. Follow her on IG at Jessica Lachelle TV. Her financial planner helped me so much. There was a moment where she was offering her financial planner for free on IG, and I took advantage of it. I downloaded that really quick, and I just started to put everything that I was paying onto my financial planner. I realized that I was giving more money out than it was coming in, and I was trying to figure out how did that happen. But hey, we all have moments where we do that. So once I put myself on a budget and I wrote out everything that I owed, and I started to make some small changes in my financial state. What I did was I began to pay my tithes on time. I began to pay all my bills on time. And I began to just make some changes. Anything that I could do, I did them. So I knew that I was one that liked to go get my nails done. I was one that liked to go get my feet done. And I am pretty creative and I'm actually pretty dope, hey. I'm pretty dope. I can do a lot of things. So I just started to use myself as my own resource. So if I didn't know how to do it, I learned how to do it. It didn't take me very long, especially with being creative. It doesn't typically take me that long to catch on to things or to learn how to do something. But also, my mom planted some of these things in me as I was growing up. So these are some of the things, some of the basics that I knew how to do. I think I just got excited to the luxury of having someone else do them for me. So basically, I just started to make some financial changes. I started cooking more. I stopped eating out. I paid my tithes on time. Every time I got paid, whether it was a big check, whether it was a little check, whether it was me making money doing a job or Instacart, Postmates, whatever I did, I sold into the kingdom of God, meaning I paid my tithes. So every time I got paid, every time I got money, I sold it back, my 10% back into the kingdom. So going back to just making those financial changes, trying to set up my myself in a better financial state. I even got connected to this wonderful lady called Millie. She specializes in fixing your credit. And I've been working with her to fix my credit, and I've just been making some smart and healthy changes because I knew that I didn't want to keep living, number one, in a spirit of poverty. And I was tired of being broke. I was tired of being broke. I was tired of asking people for money. I was tired of just being in that position. And I knew that after a conversation that I had with some of my leaders, that I knew that I needed to make a change. Although I may not wanted to admit it then, I knew that I just needed to make some changes, as well as, my family has always been on me. Hey, maybe not do this, maybe do this, maybe not do this, do this. So I knew that I needed to make some changes. So I did. And I was realizing that because I was making those small changes and I was paying my tithes on time, I began to receive blessing after blessing after blessing, financial blessing to be exact. And because I kept sowing, God kept blessing me. And the more he blessed me, the more I sowed back. And I just started to just make those changes to just better me and and it just felt good. It felt really good to set myself up for better and to be in a position to where I can help myself before I can help somebody else. And because I made those changes, I got several calls from the financial institution from the college, and I was speaking to my academic advisor, and she was just, letting me know that, hey, you got to get some of these things done. You have to set up a payment plan for your classes. You need to register. There was just things that I needed to do that I had been putting off because I was scared if I was going to be able to even pay for it. So once I started making those changes and sowing back into the kingdom, I got a telephone call from my advisor at Cal Baptist University, and she gave me instructions on what to do. So I followed those instructions, and as I was following all the instructions that she was giving me, every time I thought about the financial part of my schooling, I kept telling God that it was going to be paid in full, and I did not want to take out any extra loans that I was going to I didn't want to take out any extra loans, and I didn't want to put myself in a position to where I wasn't going to be able to pay for the loans if I took them out. So I got my package. It told me what I qualified for, and I believe I qualified for the silver, which is the middle. So it covered quite a bit, but I knew that I had to come out of my pocket quite a bit. And so I set all that up with that advisor, financial aid, all that got set up. And then maybe about 2 months passed, my advisor calls me again, and she says, hey, we need to fix one little thing, and we need to change your class because you have to be enrolled in a mandatory class in order to be able to complete this portion or this section of your requirement for your degree. And I said, okay, cool, not a problem. So I was talking to her, and we were going over everything, and she was like, so how do you feel about, joining the school and things? I was like, I'm excited. I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited. I'm excited to, be able to go to a college that, for one, some told me that I would not get in. Some told me that I wouldn't get in. Some tried to scare me because it cost too much. And even my own personal self was like a little hesitant. I was hesitant, but I knew that I wanted to go there. And I knew that I was going to get in. So, hey, all those mixed emotions going. But I talked to the advisor. We got everything settled. And then maybe a week before now, I got a phone call from my advisor saying that, Miss Latoya, I need you to go in and you got approved for 2 other loans. I need you to go in and accept or deny them. And I said, okay, I'll go in and accept and deny them. She was like, but I need you to do it today because it's very time sensitive. And I was like, okay, not a problem. I'll do it when I get home, because I was currently in the store when I was actually talking to her. So I did. So once I got home, I looked at it, but I didn't do anything to it. So I looked at it and I didn't do nothing. I was just like, okay, well, hey. Because I wasn't sure if I wanted to accept more loans, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to deny them. So I called her back and I said, I don't know if I should accept them or if I should deny. I'm not quite sure. She was like, well, why don't you call over to the financial aid building and maybe they could help you. So she gives me the number. I call and I speak to another advisor, my financial aid advisor. And she said, what's your name? So I gave her all my information, pulled me up, and she said, oh, I see that you have a payment plan in here, and are you calling to make a payment? I was like, yeah, I'm calling to make a payment. And she was like, okay. But I told her, but I'm a little bit confused because I don't know if I should deny or if I should accept the loans that are already in there. So I asked the lady, I said, if I was your daughter, would you tell me to accept the loans or deny the loans? She was like, hold on, let me look at your chart, and I'm gonna put you on a brief hold and I'll come back. So she puts me on hold and I come back, and the lady said, sweetheart, I said, yes. She said, you have enough financial aid. You have a lot of financial aid. And I was like, what do you mean? She was like, you have a lot of financial aid. And she was like, you don't need to accept any more loans. I said, oh, okay, cool. Not a problem. She's like, so go back in there when you get a chance later on today and go ahead and deny them. But you have enough financial aid to cover your classes for this quarter. And I was like, okay. And she was like, but you do know that we owe you a check. And I was like, what? I was like, huh? She was like, yeah. She said, your financial aid covered your classes, but it covered over the amount that you owe. So we actually owe you a check, so you'll be getting a check from us. And what you can do is we suggest for all students that you cash it and then put it into your bank or put it into your bank account, however your system is. And I was just like, I said, can you double check again? I said, just check one more time, because what I didn't want to do is make a mistake and deny the loans if I needed them. And I didn't, even though I knew that I didn't want to accept any loans and then put myself in any debt later. So I said, ma'am, I really need you to be sure. I really need you to be sure. I said, can you double check? She said, I've double checked and you are good. You owe us nothing. We owe you a check, so you should be receiving a check from us soon. I said, listen, y'all, okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. I was shocked. But then when I got off the phone and I came out of the store, because I was in the store, and I got into the car, and I was thinking to myself, I said, dang, it starts to sink in. It sinks in, because you know how sometimes your mind is so busy on everything and you're trying to get business straight that you forget to just stop and be in the moment. So when I got into the car, I remembered what I asked God to do. I told God that my schooling was going to be paid in full. I mean, paid in full. And he did exactly what I asked him to do. Listen. He did exactly what I asked him to do, y'all. Exactly what I asked him to do. My apologies if this video comes out looking a little crazy, but I dropped my phone, so hey, blooper moment. But God did exactly what I asked him to do. I told him and I spoke it into existence, and I didn't even hesitate. I said, paid in full. My school is going to be paid in full. And God did exactly what I asked. If that's not a faith moment, then I don't know what is. Because listen, if y'all not excited or happy or something after this testimony, I don't know what else to tell you. God is amazing. And when I say amazing to his children, I mean amazing. Amazing. And I really believe that God granted what I asked because I started to make the change. Now I'm going to get a little choked up because I'm trying not to cry. Because I asked God and I told him, I said, I just needed to I have to take a moment. Because even just y'all, I will have to say, during this pandemic, God has really been blowing my mind. I cannot even explain to you how much that he has been blowing my mind. I am a single mother of one. I asked God to take the spirit of poverty off myself and my family and everyone that was connected to me. Not only to take it away, but to give me strategy in how to do better. How to do better. Because sometimes God is waiting on us to make the move. We can think about it. We can write it down in our journal. We can post it on a Post-it. We can write it on a whiteboard. We can write it on the chalkboard. We can think it in our mind. We can feel it in our spirit. We can think it in our heart. But if we don't make or start to make the changes, we're going to be stuck in the same thing, the same cycle over and over again. But I believe because I started making the small changes, God trusts me. He trusts me with more. And he gave me more. And he granted my request. So, if you are not a believer, I pray that you find something to believe in. I pray that God showers down his love upon you and touches your soul and touches your spirit. During this pandemic, I have not had to ask anybody for anything. My bills are paid. I have money in the bank, and 3 of them. My credit score is a whole lot better, and it's getting better as each month goes. And I am grateful to God that he's doing some really big things in my life. I feel like I have been gaining more than losing in this season. And it feels good. But I also believe that because I made those changes and because I sold back into the kingdom of God, he gave me what my heart desired. So, I ask you, what are you believing God for? Because I am going to link up with you and agree with you that whatever you believe in God for, that he's going to bless you and he's going to give you the desires of your heart. But you got to trust him. You have to trust him. You can't put your hand in it and go back and put your hand in it and go back, because that means you don't really trust him. But when you fully trust it and give it to him and don't even think about it, don't even worry about it, don't even let it stress you out, he'll take care of his children. And I really do believe that's what he did. He took care of his daughter. So, this is my faith moment. I'm believing God in so much. I'm looking forward to doing more faith moments. And I'm looking forward to sharing more faith moments. You know? God is really good. He's really good. And I love him. Well, it's been great talking with y'all today. I hope you like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Hopefully my testimony has blessed you. Hopefully you can share it with someone else and hopefully that it blesses them. Well, I love you. I'm praying with you. I'm believing with you. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Blessings to you. Bye-bye.